Welcome back everyone to L tutorials. So in last lesson we learned everything about data types, and in previous lesson we learned about what is C++, why C++, and how to use C++, and what is the IDE which can be used in C++ like NetBeans, CodeBlock, C Turbo, C++, etc. So in the current lesson we'll expand our syllabus, so let's open it. Okay, there is an error showing, no issue. I have another copy of it just here. So if it okay, now just we cleared up complete. Okay, got it. Actually we cleared these things. Now we'll carry forward and move on with operators. Operators are basically the binary sources for to perform an operation. Like if you want to add two things, if you want to subtract two things, multiply, divide, modulus, anything. Okay, so let's directly apply it. Okay, so let's open our IDE, that is Turbo C++. Just let's open it. Okay, this one. Now just the same hash include stream.h. This is the header file for cin and cout, and we'll also include a header file for clear screen and getcs, that is conio.h. And now I don't want to return anything with this function because it's a main function. So first of all let's give it as a clear screen. Now let's declare two variables, that is integer a and b. Okay, I'm just declaring variables, their values are not constants. So let's tell user, to input two numbers. Okay, so here user will input a and b. This is known as cascading. I already told you that if we take input or output in a single statement, this is known as cascading. So now let's perform operation. What? How? Operations, I mean from operations, because we are learning in this tutorial about operators. Operators are basically those elements or those units who perform operations. Like let's declare a new variable, that is c, that is also an integer type. Now if I give c is equal to a plus b, now what is this? Actually in C++, whatever is equal to is an operator for comparison or for transfer of data. Just like c is on the left side of equal to and a plus b is on the right side of equal to, so anything which is on right side of the equal to will be transferred to left side with the is equal to operator. Okay, so the a plus b value will be automatically transferred a copy to the value c. Now if I now give an output as c, but before that let me give it okay, a plus b is equal to c. Now it's looking cool. Now get ch, and okay, now let's run this code. Oh my god, 3 errors. Hash include, oh my god, this one. Okay, now it's okay. Enter two numbers, 1 and 2. A plus b is equal to 3. You can check out here I used an operator plus and an operator is equal to. So these two operators are basically a is an plus is an arithmetic operator and is equal to is an comparative operator. Okay, now let's open up syllabus. Let's close this thing. arithmetic operators. We can apply in minus, multiply, divide, modulus in place of plus operator. Now let's one by one apply all the arithmetic operators. I just provide here minus and save here minus. Just run it. 3 and 2, it's 1, it's okay. Now I'll just apply multiply now, that is multiplication. So again run 3 into 4, it's 12, it's okay. Now let's divide this here. So 4 divided by 2, it's 2, right? Now if I apply modulus, that is a percentage sign, then modulus is basically the remainder. You can check out here. If I divide 5 with 2, then modulus will be 1. Why? Because if you divide 5 with 2, the remainder will be 1. Modulus is basically this thing. We have completed the arithmetic operators. Now moving ahead, unary operator. Unary operator is basically when we want to perform a single operation. That is why unary word is assigned to it. Okay, so minus, plus, these all are basically arithmetic as well as unary operators. Okay, increment and decrement operators. Basically these operators will be helpful while loop control, that is flow control. If we run a loop, then I'll tell you about plus and minus later on. Moving ahead, relational operators. These are basically relational operators are basically give a relation between two of the unity operators. Okay, like if you want, okay, no issue. Okay, I'll tell you while learning if else statement and switch case statement in the next tutorial, no issue. Okay, so let's skip also this thing. Logical operators. This is known as not. In C++, it's not an exclamation mark. It is basically not. These three operators are logical operators and will be used in strings. We'll learn about it. This is not, this is and this is or. As you can learn in Boolean algebra also, there are basically three gates: AND gate, OR gate and NOT gate. This is the AND gate, this is the OR gate, and this is the NOT gate. AND gate is basically when both of the values are positive, then only it will give a positive response. And OR gate, if any one of the input or the input system is positive, then it will give a value positive. NOT is basically in order to reverse the complete input. If you provide A, then it will provide you A naught according to Boolean. Now conditional statement. These conditional statement, this is a very great statement in C++. Condition: if A is equal to 2 not, then print true, otherwise else print precedence operator. Print another thing, no issue. If A divided 5 divided by 2 is equal to 1, then it's okay, otherwise print its error. Okay, this is a statement, conditional statement. I'll tell you about this thing later on because we'll learn as a ladder in this tutorial. So now precedence of operators. What is precedence of operator? Like you have learned about Bodmas rule in mathematics in 6th or 7th class, that brackets are treated first, then later on off, then multiply, divide, and divide, multiply, and subtraction, then addition. Addition and subtraction. This is the Bodmas rule. So this, like also operators are also have its own precedence. Like the modulus function is having the most precedence, and followed by divide, followed by multiplication, followed by subtraction and addition operator. Okay, so expressions: automatic type conversion, typecasting. Typecasting is basically let me give you an example of typecasting so that now moving back to a syllabus. It's typecasting C++ shorthands, that is plus equal to and minus equal to, multiply equal to, divide equal to, etc. So let's skip typecasting. Typecasting is basically, as I already told, cascading. Typecasting is basically to provide something, I mean a value A in a value B. This is basically typecasting. So now let's work on all the operators one by one, like C++ logical. But before that, before closing this tutorial, I would like to give you some brief idea regarding strings. Okay, so strings are basically an array. I'll tell you about array in a very broad manner, but for current scenario, let's take an array. Array is basically a sequence of same data type, or a collection of same data type, like a class having 40 students and all the students are named as A. This is basically a array. So we are declaring here an array that is integer of 50. So if I provide here, enter your name. Okay, so here just somewhat visualize it. I'm taking as input of A. Okay, and I'm providing output of A. This is all. Here we are printing a string. This is basically a string. String is basically a collection of characters. So collection of characters. Let's run this code first. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, it's not taking it. Why so? Okay, I guess this ID is not supporting this. So no, it's not supporting this. Okay, now let's try a string statement, that is getS, and now let's run. Oh my god, getS actually have a different header file we have to include for it, that is stdio.h, or I guess it's, yes, just, oh my gosh, I forgot here that I have to declare this as string, because if we declare it as integer, then we have to give it as a loop. Okay, now you can run here, it will be finally run. Now Weber Mishra, but you can check out here, as I printed, it will be printed, no issue. But if I give this as cout statement, okay, so oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, it's a cin statement because we have to take input. Now Weber space Mishra, I clicked enter, but you can check out here, Mishra is not getting printed here. Why? What's the issue with this ID? Actually, your thinking is exactly great. We have a statement here, Weber, and actually Weber and Mishra has a space in between. So we can check out here that in C++ IDE, that is I'm using, cin is okay to take a statement because it is taking a complete string, but cout, it is not ready to accept a white space. White space is basically a space given in between two words, that is I am awesome. Okay, entered. As I entered, only I is printed, but if I am printing Weber Mishra, then it's printing complete. So in a simple language, we have to use two special two special tokens, or I should say two special predefined functions named as getS and putS. in order to give a variable, oh I'm so sorry, in order to give a string a perfect shape, like as I entered here Vaibhav Mishra is completely okay. I am awesome here, same, no issue, because get as and put as are basically used in strings, because it do not ignore, rather it takes spaces also in between the codes. So while coding a string or performing operations on string, we'll always use get as and put as functions. So I guess that's all for this class, and in next class we'll start with flow control, that is if else statement, switch case statements, so that we can continue working on more and more complicated programs in order to be a great developer. So that's all for this class. So, and subscribe my video, like, comment and share if you have any problem, and you can find attachments of the syllabus in the description box. Thank you, take care.